Hey, everybody. Welcome to Moment of Clarity, number 8 or 9, whatever it is. I hope you're doing well. And by the way, if you're watching this on the Redacted Tonight channel, please, or one of the other channels, please subscribe at youtube.com/Moment of Clarity. Please go to that channel. It's far less suppressed and censored. youtube.com/Moment of Clarity. All right. So here's what's pissing me off today. Well, actually, yeah, all right. Kind of pissing me off. So, with the election over, I have to ask, did the corporate, racist, war criminal, multimillionaire sexual predator of your choice win the election? I sure hope so. I sure hope it worked out for you. For a minute there, it looked like the bad corporate, racist, war criminal, multimillionaire sexual predator was going to win. And we were all very nervous. But then at the last second, the good corporate, racist, war criminal, multimillionaire sexual predator eked it out, and all was well in America. Even Fox News has admitted it. And Fox News is still debating whether the earth is flat and whether Asian people are a real thing or just a wives' tale. So now every Biden voter is happier than a pig in shit. Congratulations. Side note, are pigs actually happy in shit? Is that, or are they just kind of okay in shit? Because okay is different than happy. You know, like when I was a kid, probably, when I was a kid, people probably thought I was happy playing Tetris. But no one's happy playing Tetris. You just play it because you don't have another Game Boy cartridge with you. You'd much rather be ripping people's hearts out through their anuses in Mortal Kombat rather than putting the curvy brick in a place next to the long brick. Oh, man, the hours I spent waiting for the long brick. Wherefore art thou, long brick? So really, Tetris was just better than the alternative of being in reality and actually having to converse with other human beings. Of course, I'm talking about 30 years ago when the term Proud Boy just meant somebody who got a high score on their Game Boy. Point being, saying I hope the corporate, racist, war criminal, multimillionaire sexual predator of your choice won the election might annoy some of you. I know it annoys some people. But each of those qualifications that I just listed is not really in dispute, is it? You may argue how much those things bother you, but very few people argue that any of those things I just said are not true at all. Let's go through the list, shall we? Corporate. Are both Donald Trump and Joe Biden supportive of the corporate world? Does a duct tape take watery dumps? Yeah, Trump gave corporations massive tax cuts, and both the Democrats and GOP gave Wall Street trillions of dollars during the pandemic. Biden's largest donors during his roughly 900-year political career have been credit card companies and banks. The dude is from Delaware, a tiny swamp of a joyless colony used by rich people around the world as a tax haven. So are they both corporate? Fucking of course. Next up, racist. Are both Trump and Biden racist? We hear every day how racist Trump is, right? That's clearly not up for debate. Biden is a little less outwardly racist. He just manifests it, though, through his policies rather than by calling white nations, non-white nations, shithole countries. So he uses his policies to show his racism, like his 94 crime bill. He was also besties with segregationists and Dixiecrats. He gave Strom Thurmond's fucking eulogy, for God's sakes. I suppose we should be excited that the guy who has arguably caused the imprisonment of more black and brown Americans than anyone else in the history of the country could still become president of the United States and still be considered not racist. He's the not racist presidential contender. I guess that does show it's the land of opportunity. Point being, on the racist adjective, I'm going to give them both a big thumbs up. Multimillionaire. Are they both multimillionaire? That was not really a question either, right? Donald Trump may be deeply in debt, but he still counts as a billionaire. His real estate alone is worth billions. And Biden certainly has millions of dollars from book sales and whatever knickknacks he sells on the side of I-95 as people pass through Delaware. I think he made at least $250,000 on eBay just by selling Clarence Thomas's pube from the top of the Coke can that Anita Hill held up in front of Congress. Point being, we can agree they're multimillionaires. So what's left? War criminal. Are you really going to argue with me on that one? The Obama-Biden Pentagon dropped more bombs than ever before. Donald Trump would have beaten their record if he had gotten a second term. Biden supported the Iraq War, which killed 1 million people. 1 million. And has he apologized? Has he clutched his life alert necklace and said, "Oh my God, 1 million people"? Of course not. Biden also supported the obliteration of Afghanistan, supported Obama's attacks on Libya that has turned one of the most successful African countries into a warlord's playground with open-air slave markets. Does it really matter that they're open air? I mean, that's what everyone sees. If you can read the news articles, they always say open air slave markets. But I don't know if I find that any worse than basement slave markets or slave markets done in the bathroom at the food court of a mall in suburban St. Louis. But I guess open air does mean that they're proud of it. So I guess being proud of your slave markets is kind of shitty. I guess that makes them proud boys. Point being, both Biden and Trump have happily overseen the killing of hundreds of thousands of innocent people, including by way of economic war on a multitude of countries. So calling them war criminals is honestly the polite version. I'm being polite. So much more civilized. It's so much more civilized than calling them blood-stained, sociopathic, murdering monsters. Don't you think? I'm being nice. So we've agreed on all of the adjectives so far in my opening statement. And now we come to the last one. Sexual predator. Donald Trump's photo is next to the term sexual predator in the dictionary. I mean, the moron bragged about grabbing women's pussies without consent. And that's not even including the multiple women who have accused him of rape. So yet again, sexual predator is perhaps a bit too polite. Then there's Biden. Biden has been accused of some form of rape by at least one woman, but let's not even focus on that. Let's just look at what we've seen on tape. Surely everyone has seen the video montages of how in every photo Biden takes, he pulls the little girls up against him as close as he can. Then there's several women who accused him of grabbing them or smelling their hair without consent. So even if you want to say the rape allegation against it were not true, even if you wanted to say that, you still have obvious proof of some level of sexual predation. There are videos. Okay, so now we've been through every adjective, every descriptive in my opening question, and not one is incorrect. Not one. So I'll ask again. Did the corporate, racist, war criminal, multimillionaire, sexual predator of your choice win the election? I hope so. I hope you spent Saturday giving out so many high fives, you had third-degree burns on your palms. I'm happy for you. All right, that's been your moment of clarity. If you want to get these every single weekday, except sometimes, go to leecamp.com and you can sign up for the free email list on the sidebar. Keep fighting out there, and I'll see you tomorrow.